Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 15th. We're going to jump right in here. And you have this happiness card. It says things are going well and feeling fulfilled. Love it. It says go after your dreams. The universe is giving you a big yes. You have this business card. It says expect to have an amazing boost up the business ladder. Seems to be a good money week so far. Like everybody's had, pretty good cards as far as finances are concerned, or as far as making money is concerned. It looks good for money, but what's going on here, Scorpio, is what I'm going to say to you. You could be like walking away from a situation, or, finally closing out a cycle is kind of like what that looks like to me. And this could be in regards to a person or a love situation. Could also have to do with forgiveness as well. So take it how it resonates. Like maybe you need to forgive yourself for something here. And we'll talk more about that in a second. But, sometimes I think if you're like holding on to something, it could be preventing you from, increasing your abundance or, doing whatever it is that you're hoping to do here in your life. And, I think that it's time for you to kind of like maybe go through a healing. We're getting closer to the end of the retrograde this week. So, the end, beginning and end of the retrograde are always when it's like strongest. And, what I would say is that I think this is a good retrograde for healing, resting, relaxing, recovering, all that other stuff. And that could be what's going on here. Again, you have the Three of Swords. Again, these cards are good. This card says things are going well and you're feeling fulfilled, but maybe something's missing, So it's like, I think you are feeling good, but I also feel some of you could feel, maybe this isn't heartbreak. Maybe it's more that you are missing love, or you're missing a connection. Doesn't even have to be love, like as in a person. It could be maybe you just want to connect with people, right, in general. And so I do feel this is saying like take time to do that, or do the things that you need to do to like heal yourself, or to correct these feelings, right? Three of Swords is also about forgiveness and maybe needing to forgive yourself. I do see this especially for those of you that are revisiting something like a past project or something, and maybe you're finding more success this time around. I feel like this is kind of saying like don't beat yourself up for not being as successful as quickly as you think you should be, because it's like sometimes I think we do that where we figure something out and work our business. And that's kind of what's popping into my head with like this right here, but also with this right here, the Eight of Swords. I feel it's saying that you're seeing like how you kept yourself stuck in the past, or you're seeing the things that maybe prevented you from moving forward. And I really feel this is saying like you just weren't ready. And, don't beat yourself up over this, right? The Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. So again, I do feel it's time to set yourself free from something with the Eight of Swords. She is stuck in her, little mental prison there, and she needs to set herself free. You do have the Eight of Cups, though, which I do feel pretty good about. So I kind of feel like you are walking away from things that no longer serve you. If we go this way, it's like you don't necessarily know exactly what you're walking towards with the moon in the middle. The moon just says, the moon is part of the Fool's journey. It's a path straight down the middle of the card. And it says that you don't really know where you're going. But then you have the Death card, which is your card. But the two pillars from the moon show up in the background on the Death card. And the sun is coming up between those two pillars. So, the Eight of Cups is also the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. Funny enough, today is the day of the April 8th eclipse. This will be out on the 9th. Doesn't matter. Eclipse energy lasts for a long time. So, again, you could be like eclipsing something out of your life. And, where you are heading is towards, happiness. Like that happiness card says, joy, abundance, the sun. Funny enough, with the Three of Swords, you have the moon. So I think you've been in a period where you're just not very sure about the future. And that's pretty much the only energy I get on the moon for you, Scorpio. I feel like you're just not sure about the future. Or you're just not sure like where the future is going. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can represent a turnaround. I actually love the Six of Cups for the Eight of Swords, because the Six of Cups, can represent thinking about the past. But, I always say that the Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, meaning we've been bumping up against an obstacle, and now that obstacle is being removed. So it's almost as if you are moving past something that has been keeping you stuck for a long time. And, obviously that would be a good thing with the Six of Cups. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is a card of independence. I kind of feel, again, that some of you have been working on your independence and you are independent now, but maybe something is missing, like love. And so you could be working on bringing love into your life or finding a connection. You do have the Knight of Cups here, and he does go up to the Ace of Cups, like here. So up here through the Seven of Wands, but he's going through the Seven of Wands. So someone has to open up here, and it could be you with basically just showing up like this. And, so I would make sure that you're open if you want love, obviously. If you don't, then different story. But, I would open up. The Nine of Pentacles does say that you are working on your financial independence and you're creating more financial independence. So, that looks pretty good. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Queen card. It says love and prosperity. You have this Wolf card. It says beware of who you trust. I think we're in a time where we definitely need to beware of who we trust. I don't think we should be like paranoid freaks about it, right? But, I think really all we have to do is pay attention to people's actions. It's very simple. I think that, I think people overcomplicate the whole trust thing. It's like, no, if you pay attention to the results that someone has in their life, that you can trust because they have the actual physical result. If someone is just coming at you and spitting words at you, that means absolutely nothing. So, can the person back up what they say with words? This goes for love, and it goes for every other type of relationship that you're in, everyone that you could possibly imagine. Again, I've heard over the years from plenty of people that say, I don't trust anyone. It's like, well, really, you're overreacting, right? I hate to tell you, but you're overreacting. There are plenty of people that you can trust. There are plenty of people who are exactly who they say they are. You just have to learn to look at the results. Not a criticism. We all have to go through it at some point in life where we're like, how the hell did I not see that this person was going to cheat on me 900 times like they did, even though they told me that's exactly what they're going to do, right? At the beginning of the relationship. Again, that's just one example, right? So we really have to not only listen to what people are actually saying, but we also need to pay attention to the results. That's the other thing is, again, sometimes people do just say things and their words tell us exactly what they're going to do if we actually listen. So we need to listen and also observe and see the results. And that's what I would do here. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Knight of Cups. Queen of Pentacles, card of resourcefulness. Like I said, the money readings have been, really, really good for water signs. So I definitely feel water signs could be increasing their earnings. I think it's time, it is just time for water signs to increase their earnings. So, again, I think that's why it could be coming up. If you want love, you could be attracting a Capricorn. It could be a person with Earth in their chart as well. It could be any sign, general reading, but, Capricorn stands out to me for whatever reason. You have the Moon again. Again, like I said, I think you're in a moon period. The Moon with that beware of who you trust card. Again, with the Moon, I would definitely be careful of people who have secrets and, all that other stuff as well. If you feel, it's like, the other thing I like to, I feel like I'm ranting at this point, but not to go on like a rant here, but, also the other thing is if you feel something is off, then something is probably off, right? I think we all need to trust our intuition more. Like when I used to do readings, people would ask me all the time, when I used to go live and do readings live, and people would ask me like, oh, I feel like something weird is going on with my boyfriend or my girlfriend or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but, it's like, here's the thing, is that even if they aren't cheating, there is something going on because you feel something, right? And so you need to clear the air in that situation. And, I kind of feel that in this row where it's saying, some of you maybe, I actually don't think you're in this situation. I just think that this has happened to you before. Maybe some of you are in this situation, but it's like, if you have the question, if you are thinking something and you're feeling that something is off, there's clearly a reason for it. And sometimes I think we like try to justify those feelings just because we want to be in a relationship. We don't want to be out of a relationship, but it's like, don't feel crazy for having feelings, right? For thinking that something is up when maybe it is. Maybe someone's acting weird or whatever. So I kind of feel like the Moon is encouraging you to like expose something, and maybe you just need to talk to the person or whatever. And again, we can do this in a healthy way. We can just say like, hey, I feel weird. You disappear every single night at midnight and you don't come home until 5 o'clock in the morning. What's up? And they might tell you. Or the other thing is that if we're being honest with ourselves, we're probably not okay with that. Again, how many of you, I'm sure I've done it, right? We've all done it. So, we're all adults here. We've all been in situations where we really aren't comfortable with what the person is doing, or, we really don't like something that's going on, but we kind of hold our tongue because we don't want to lose a relationship. But really, we should be speaking up because then we don't build up resentment. Then we can get out of situations that clearly aren't right in the first place. We let that person move on. We get to move on, and we can end the madness, right? And, that's kind of like my mantra moving forward for everybody is end the madness, right? You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is a knight in shining armor. So I feel that there could be some sort of knight in shining armor coming in for you, a new person. I feel like you have to open up to it, though, with that Seven of Wands. You also have the Five of Wands as well, which is like conflict and competition. The other thing I'm getting is that, sometimes I think we can attract a person who is like a knight in shining armor, but maybe it isn't perfect. Maybe it's not right. And so there's something here about that. Five Wands, conflict. If something isn't right, just let it not be right. And I think that will free up the energy for you and allow you to move forward, right? I hope this is making sense. Probably not. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, I am not making any sense. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a love offer. I feel this is new love. So, and with this right here, the sun coming up between the two pillars, this could be a person where there is no guessing. It's a very clear, straightforward on what you get. And, obviously that could be a good thing based off of what it looks like you dealt with. With the moon, you have the Four Cups. Yeah, again, Four Cups is just not getting what you want. There is something in this reading about you not getting what you want. And this could be in work or business as well. So again, if you're in an imperfect situation, which nothing is perfect, I get it. But, again, if you're in a situation where you're not getting your worth or whatever, I think it's time to look at that. And maybe it's time to go look for something new. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. Definitely a choice here. A choice whether or not you open up to this person, a choice whether or not you allow a person into your life. So, the choice is yours. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this wealthy woman card. It says wealth, beauty, youthful, fun, charm, blah, blah, blah. So, again, some of you could be, you don't have to be a woman watching this. You could be whatever gender. I don't attach gender in these general readings. You could be increasing your wealth. You have this gift card. It says recognition, receiving gifts and rewards. So there could be some sort of reward coming in for you. And it looks to me like the reward, as lame as this sounds, is going to be clarity, especially with this death card. Like I said, the two pillars from the moon are right here. And the sun is coming up between those two pillars. I also feel there's something here about you having learned a lot. And, I feel like you're putting your knowledge into practice now, or you are, it's like you're using what you have been learning, but more effectively. And I feel like that's allowing you to be more successful, which is great. You have the Seven of Wands. Again, I like the Seven of Wands. Again, I think it's a good card. To me, it's a card that says, when you know that something is for you, meaning when you truly believe it, that is when you can commit to something. That is when something is for you, when you truly believe it. And this goes for work, business, love, spirituality, your health, everything. So he's defending his position at the top of a hill. I do feel this energy of needing to open up, though. Again, if you're attracting new love, or if a person, if you do want love, here's the thing is that we have the Four Cups. He's, there's just like one cup that's coming out. He's been disappointed a bunch of times in the past, but there's like one more opportunity. And you have the Ace of Cups, again, the cup reaching out of the clouds. So it's like there's one more there's like one real serious opportunity coming in for you. And I feel it could be a really good opportunity. You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict and competition. I kind of feel that some of you are learning a lot from competition. Again, I look at this as a good card. These people are using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. And not only that, you have the Seven of Wands right here. He's defending his position at the top of a hill. He's like staying on top. So for some of you, for those of you in like work or business or whatever, I feel like you are developing the skills needed to stay on top, right? With the Death card, you have the Four Wands. Marriage. Definitely could be marriage potential coming in for you. Sorry, that didn't work. This thing is not working today for whatever reason. But right here, you could be developing or getting into something that's going to lead to marriage. The Four Wands is also a card of freedom. So if you don't want to get married, or if you're already married, you could be doing things that create more freedom in your life. And I would say that this is more financial freedom with the Nine of Pentacles. Pretty sure I've said this to you before, that I get this energy of like a side hustle. So any of you that are thinking about having a side hustle, or starting a side business or anything like that, this is going to lead to a lot of success. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. So I feel for a lot of you, you are finally getting paid for work that you've done in the past. This is, again, come up for you before. You are Scorpio, but I do feel that you have recently, maybe over the last year or so, been working on something that you worked on before. And so, it's like there's been a rebirth in, talent, gift, skill, or ability that you have, or it's like maybe you used to have a job doing something, now you're getting a similar job doing something similar, that type of energy here. And so I feel if you are revisiting something work-wise, there's going to be a lot of abundance in whatever that is. So, love it. With the Five of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's some sort of wish or dream come true. Some of you could be attracting a person where there's a lot of competition for that person as well. So if you are interested in a person, who gets a lot of attention or something like that, this could say that, this person is interested in you. So go for it. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the success and triumph card. It says, nothing will be able to get in your way. You will surely come out on top. Are you kidding? I literally just said you're coming out on top with that Seven of Wands. You have this make your mark. It says, stick to a decision and don't allow any outside forces to sway you. I think this should be a water sign mantra, really. I think all the water signs need to pick one thing and make it happen, no matter what. This could be a business, a career, a relationship, some sort of accomplishment that you want to have. Doesn't matter what it is, but this should be the mantra of the water signs. I literally feel this is the energy that the universe wants water signs to work with, and you're a water sign, so do it. You have the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Ace of Cups definitely could be love. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being really happy, good things happening for you after a difficult period of time. So I definitely feel there could be a love offer coming in for you if you want love. I also feel this could just be you entering into the flow. And again, I get something about, like a difficult time. So again, if you've been going through a difficult time, this to me is almost, like a sense of relief or release, or something like that. I'm not sure what I'm getting. But again, I think that it's good for flow. So I like it. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. So he's looking at those pentacles and saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Basically, is it worth it for me to keep putting work into those pentacles, or is there something else that I could be growing or in doing? It's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So again, I do feel there is a positive financial change that could be coming in for you here with the Seven of Pentacles. You also have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords, again, normally is a card that I consider to not be so great. To me, it's a card of rushing or being too hasty or making a hasty decision, but it's coming up in the area of the good stuff. So again, I think that something good is happening for you quickly is basically what it's saying. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, big change in love. Again, if you have had negative experiences in love, most people have, but, I'm just saying, if your story has mostly been negative as far as love is concerned, I feel like there is a change in the way that you love. So there is probably a much more positive, love connection coming in for you, and that looks really good. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, again, King of Pentacles to me is I love for love. It doesn't matter what gender you want. This to me is a person who really puts in the work. A person who really, wants a stable connection. Definitely could be an earth sign. You have a lot of earth here. Could be any sign, general reading, but, that's what stands out to me. So it could be a really solid connection that's coming in for you. A person who's serious and really wants to make something work. Also amazing for your finances. And again, this reading is really good for your money, I feel. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Ace of Wands, out with the old, in with the new. I'm also getting, Ace of Wands can represent a false start, fresh, kind of like getting started on something that it goes away just as quickly as it started. But I do get something there where, again, if you had a false start in the past, I almost do feel that you could be revisiting a false start. But this is not like an ex. Could be a person that maybe you went on one date with and maybe something happened and it's now you're coming back together. And I do feel actually if that's happening, this could work out really well for you. But for the most part, I feel this has to do with work. So again, if you had a false start in work or, if you had a false start in your finances or something, I feel that there's something much better coming in for you or you're about to kind of get some sort of reward. So love it. You have this teapot card, says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. I think it's an amazing time for socializing, getting support from people who actually do support you and all that other stuff. So there you go. You have the shark card. It says take care or there will be loss of material wealth. Money, I do feel like money is good, but again, I would keep an eye on your finances. I think that all of us, I think everybody should keep an eye on their finances right now. I think people should not be making blind investments. We're getting back into crypto season again. So every time, I always tell people, it's don't just listen to some dude who's oh, go invest in this, crypto coin that's going to go a million X or whatever. Really bad time for that, especially with the energy in Taurus. I'm telling you right now, I've been saying this since the beginning of Uranus and Taurus, that Uranus and Taurus will spank you if you invest in something without doing your research, without having a good reason to do it. So, what I would say here is keep an eye on your finances. If you're spending money, if you're investing money, make sure you're researching why you are doing it. You have this club card that says someone will try to make you do something against your will. I don't think anyone can make us do anything, but I would be careful of any, toxic exes or whatever. You have this needle and thread. It says a sincere wish will be granted. Love it. You have that gift card as well. So clearly could be some sort of gift. You have this dog card. And sorry, I am paranoid. My recording thing it has been messing up and not recording for some reason. And I'm just, anytime I don't see the glowing light, I get paranoid that it's not recording. It is. Thank God. You have this dog card that says protection from a powerful friend. And then you have this elephant. It says a long journey, either physically or mentally, will leave you wiser at the end. Yeah, I think this is just life. Like you've been going through a lot of stuff, and now you're kind of like getting the rewards. But all in all, this is a really good reading here, Scorpio. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.